Welcome in, friends, as we're going to take a look at making simple fireworks, two different ways to make fireworks and a couple of different ways to shade it. So with that said, let's jump in here. File, New, General. We hit 1 to go to the front view. Shift A, Mesh, Icosphere. S to scale at 0.1. Enter. Shift D to duplicate. And I'm just going to move this off to the side. Our first icosphere we are going to call firework. Our second icosphere we will call particle. And then let me get rid of that stroke there. Okay, so let's change into timeline here. Sorry. Selecting that the firework, hit I, location. Then we're gonna go to say 50. G, Z. We'll move it up to say about here. Location. And then we're just going to add a couple of particle systems here. So we're going to go here, add our first particle system. We're going to use about 500. It'll start at 1 and it'll go to 50 when it gets ready to explode. Have a lifetime maybe of 8 here. Let's give it a lifetime random of 0.5. Let's go to render, render object, 0.3 on or 0.5 on the object randomness. I don't want to show the emitter. I am going to select my particle here with object scale selected. I'm also going to go to viewport display, also uncheck show emitter, and then I'm going to go to field weights and change this to 0.1. So what this is going to do is this is going to give us some particles as we're going up. Other thing I'm going to do, just so that I can make sure we can see this better, I'm going to select the viewport shading. I'm going to go up to world, and I am going to set this guy to black. All right, so we've got our first particle system. Now we're going to go at our second particle system, and that's going to be the one for when it explodes. This one we probably want about 3,500 particles. We want it to explode when it hits its peak at 50. We're going to let it explode for maybe 40 frames, and we'll let it live 75 frames, lifetime random 0.5. Again, we want to render object. We want to show emitter. We want show emitter unchecked, I'm sorry. 0.5 on random. Object is particle. And then again, we want our gravity to be 0.1 on this particle as well. So what we have now is we're going to have a little bit of particles, and then it's going to explode particles. Now then there's two different ways that we can add a shader to this. So let's click on our particle, switch over to our shader view. We're going to add a shader, and then let's delete the principal, Shift A, add emission. We're going to set our strength to about 40. And then we're going to do an object info. We're going to take its location, we're going to pass it to color. And then what this will do is as the object goes up, we'll see its color, and then it gives a little bit of randomness to those particles. If you want to control that a little bit more, we're just going to add a color ramp in between. And then we can just say, take this guy here. Let's make him a blue. Let's take this guy here. We'll make him a red. And then you can see the location affects those particles. We can go in here, add a couple of more things in here. We can get this guy into purple. Maybe get this guy over to green. And we can affect our colors there. So two quick ways to shade that. Then one other way to give a little bit of a different effect is if you want a little more flare as it's going up. Let's go back and select firework again. Let's look at this first particle system, and we're just going to change this from 500 to 4,000. and then you'll see it will have a lot more flare as it's going up. And when you render it out, this is kind of what your finished will look like. You see these shooting off to the side. I just added Bezier curves, and then constrained those to the curve to follow the path. And we got a nice little fireworks show. Till next time.